Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take sources you send us, dig into them, and pull out the key insights so you can get up to speed, well, really quickly.
And today we're tackling something I think many of us wonder about. How do you manage to look confident when maybe inside you're really quite nervous?
Exactly. We're diving into a TEDx talk for this one. It's by Montana Von Fliss. She's a speaker coach, has about, 17 years of experience?
Yeah, something like that. And she's worked with a really wide range of people, folks from big tech, startups, new employees, right up to CEOs, helping them find that confident voice.
Right. So our mission here is to pull out her best advice, those practical things you can actually do to project confidence, whether it's a big presentation or maybe just networking. We want you to walk away with stuff you can use pretty much straight away.
And the core question she gets into is, well, it's fundamental, isn't it? How do you actually show up in a way that reads as confident?
She kicks things off with this great analogy, asking you to picture something. Imagine you're all set for a nice BERT trip. Got the family, the bags.
Looking forward to relaxing.
Totally. And then the captain comes out and goes, hi, everyone. My name is Montana. Von Fliss, and I'll be your captain for this trip. Hope it goes well. Sorry.
Oof. Yeah, your stomach would drop a bit, wouldn't it? You'd immediately start wondering if this is safe.
Definitely. Now, contrast that with the captain you'd want. Someone who walks out, clear voice. Hello, I'm Montana Von Fliss, your captain for this journey. Let's have a fantastic trip.
Much better. The difference is huge.
And that's her point. In any situation where you're communicating, presenting, leading, you are essentially the captain. How you appear, how you sound, it really affects your audience, your passengers.
It's interesting how she breaks down why those two felt so different. She points to 3 specific things, right?
Yeah, volume, the actual words they use, and just their overall body language.
The nervous one was quiet, hesitant words, probably looked a bit slumped or unsure.
Right. But here's the really key insight, I think. Montana shares that even when she's the confident captain, projecting that assurance, she might not actually feel that way inside.
Oh, okay. So it's not necessarily about faking it, but about making conscious choices.
Exactly. It introduces this idea that you can use your voice, your body, deliberately to show confidence, even if you're battling nerves internally.
Which leads us nicely into her actual tips. She has 5 main ones for projecting confidence, even when you're, feeling anything but.
Okay, tip number 1, turn up the energy and speak up.
Now, she's careful to say this isn't about yelling. It's more about finding a good middle ground, like on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe aim for a 5.
Yeah, she contrasts the nervous captain maybe being at a 3, while the confident one operates around that 5 level.
And it's interesting to think about how just that slight increase in vocal energy is perceived. Montana says it just reads as more confident.
It signals you're prepared, you're positive, you're kind of in control of the situation.
Makes sense. When someone speaks clearly with that bit of energy, you do tend to lean in more, trust them a bit more easily.
Okay, so that's energy and volume. What about tip 2? This one's called pause like a boss.
Right. This tackles that really common thing people do when they're nervous. They talk fast. Really fast.
Yeah, and fill the gaps with ums and ohs and likes.
Exactly. But she points out that just trying to talk slowly isn't the fix either. That can sometimes just sound, slow.
Oop.
Maybe even a bit patronizing or lacking energy in a different way.
Right, you don't want to sound like you're speaking in slow at most.
Not really, no. The idea is strategic pausing. Using pauses purposefully.
Like when?
Well, pausing when you're shifting from one point to another gives people a second to catch up, to process.
Okay.
Or pausing just before, or maybe just after. You make a really key point for emphasis. Let it land.
So it's about control. Using the silence deliberately. That's the boss-like part.
That seems to be the idea. It shows you're thinking, you're in command of your message, not just rushing through it.
I like that. Okay, tip 3 sounds fun. Superhero stance.
It is a neat little exercise.
Yeah.
She asks you to just take a second and imagine yourself as a superhero. How would that superhero stand?
Okay, I'm trying it now. Shoulders back, maybe standing a bit taller.
Head up. Maybe a slight smile. Looking forward.
Yeah, kinda. I do feel a little different, actually. More present.
That's exactly it. Those physical shifts, posture, smile, eye contact, they communicate confidence to anyone watching you. It's like a shortcut, she says. Just make the shape of a confident person.
She uses another good analogy, too, about opening the door for guests.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. If you open the door looking all hesitant and hunched over...
Your guests feel awkward immediately.
Right. But if you open it standing tall, smiling, making eye contact, It says, welcome, come on in. It's about creating that feeling of ease through your body language.
She also brings up recording yourself, which I think many people find that idea pretty uncomfortable.
It definitely can feel weird. But her point is, wouldn't you rather spot something awkward or, make an adjustment while practicing alone rather than doing it live in front of everyone?
Good point. It's a way to check if how you look matches the confidence you want to project, but still feel like yourself.
Exactly. Still being authentic, but making conscious choices.
Okay, moving on to tip 4, which is all about practice. Practice with purpose.
And this isn't just like mumbling through your notes once or twice.
No, she really emphasizes making it structured. Put rehearsal time in your calendar. Treat it like a real appointment.
She even suggests rewarding yourself afterwards, which, could actually help with motivation.
A little positive reinforcement, why not? But the with purpose part is important. What does she mean by that?
It means having a specific goal for each practice session. So maybe today you focus just on speaking up, that energy level. Tomorrow, you consciously work on adding those strategic pauses, layering things in.
Ah, okay. So you build it up. And she recommends full run-throughs daily in the week before a big event.
Yeah, if possible. But she also has a great tip if you're short on time.
What's that?
Practice just the opening and the closing 3 times in a row. And you can do it anywhere in the shower, walking the dog, wherever you have a moment.
That makes it feel much more doable. Now, what about the fear of sounding over-practiced? Robotic.
She addresses that too. Her advice is to ditch the word-for-word script. Work from bullet points instead. It helps you stay fresh and sound more natural, less rehearsed.
Okay, good tip.
But the really crucial thing about practice is making it mimic the real situation as much as possible.
Meaning?
Stand up if you'll be standing. Speak out loud. Don't just read silently. Imagine your audience is there. Use your slides if you'll have them. Basically, rehearse the performance, not just the content.
It's like practicing a sport or a musical instrument, isn't it?
Exactly. She points out how strange it is that we accept practice is vital for those things, but people rarely practice speaking out loud.
True. Okay, we've reached the final tip, number 5. And Montana calls this one the real gem. It's called the silent sentence.
Yeah, this one goes a bit deeper. It's about your internal monologue, what you're saying to yourself inside your head.
Okay. Tell me more.
She shares quite personally about her own background as an actor, how she often looked confident on the outside, but inside, she was frequently terrified.
That sounds exhausting. What was going on internally?
A lot of negative self-talk.
Yeah.
Things like, what if you mess up? You better be perfect. That kind of pressure. And she found that just trying to push those thoughts away didn't really work.
Yeah, that inner critic can be loud. So how did she deal with it? What changed?
She kind of went back to basics, asked herself, why am I actually doing this? What's my real goal here? And she realized her core purpose was simply to help her audience.
Okay.
So that became her first silent sentence. I want to help my audience to the best of my ability. Just silently repeating that to herself.
And that helped.
She said it acted like an override switch. Even if the nerves were still there, focusing on that deeper purpose helped align her actions with that goal.
That's really powerful. Just shifting the focus internally. Does she still use that sentence?
It's evolved a bit. Her current one is, I invite you to be here with me while I am here with you so that I can make this easier for you.
Wow, okay. Let's break that down. Invite you to be here with me.
It's about creating presence, inviting the audience into the moment with her.
While I am here with you.
That's her commitment to being present for them.
So that I can make this easier for you.
And that connects back to her purpose, serving the audience, making the information accessible, making the experience better for them. It fosters a sense of partnership.
Partnership, not opposition. I like that. She connects it to stage presence being about just being present.
Exactly, being fully in the moment with your audience.
So how do we find our own silent sentence? It seems pretty personal.
It starts with identifying your own deeper purpose in whatever situation you're facing. What do you really want to achieve? Is it helping people understand something? Is it persuading them to take an action, like signing up for that CPR class she mentions? Is it sharing a solution?
So you need to figure out your why.
Pretty much. Figure out your why and then craft a short sentence around that, something that resonates with you and reminds you of that purpose.
And again, this isn't about making the nerves vanish completely.
No, not at all. She's very clear on that. It's about having another option, another mental pathway to choose when the anxiety kicks in. The old negative thoughts might still pop up.
But you have somewhere else to direct your focus.
Precisely. A more constructive, purpose-driven thought to latch onto.
And just like the physical stuff, this needs practice, too.
Absolutely. She says practice the silent sentence just as much as the spoken words. Integrate it into your rehearsals.
How? Like say it before you start?
Yeah, or even weave it in.
Yeah.
Remember that practice opening, closing 3 times tip? She suggests a cycle. Silent sentence internally.
Yeah.
Speak the words out loud. Silent sentence. Speak the words. Silent sentence. Speak the words.
Creating a strong link between the inner thought and the outer action.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it becomes almost automatic when you need it. Because, as she puts it, we follow our own instructions. What we tell ourselves matters. A lot.
It's like a mental checklist. Notice the negative thought, replace it with your better, purpose-driven sentence.
That's a good way to think about it.
Okay. So, she wraps things up with a bit of encouragement, right? Acknowledging this might feel weird at first.
Yeah, because it's new. Doing anything new feels a bit awkward initially. But she brings us back to that boat captain scenario. Remember how relieved you felt imagining the confident captain versus the nervous one?
Definitely, you felt safer.
So she encourages you to take that feeling, the safety and reassurance you want as an audience member, and bring that intention into your own practice and performance.
By choosing these confident actions, the stance, the voice, the pauses, the inner focus, you're giving that gift of safety back to your audience.
Exactly. You're making them feel more comfortable, more secure, more open to what you have to share.
And as she ends on a light note, who knows, you might even have fun.
And wishes us a great trip. That's a nice closing thought.
So, recapping this whole exploration, the main takeaway seems to be that projecting confidence isn't some magic quality. It's actually a set of skills.
Yes, skills you can learn and practice through very deliberate choices about your body, your voice, and crucially, your internal dialogue.
And those 5 key techniques we pulled out are 1, turn up the energy and speak up. Aim for that 5. 2, pause strategically, like a boss. 3, adopt that superhero stance. 4, practice, but practice with purpose.
And 5, the real core of it. Perhaps find and practice your own powerful silent sentence based on your deeper why.
We'd really encourage you listening to maybe play around with these ideas, see which ones resonate, and definitely take a moment to think about what your silent sentence could be.
It could be quite transformative.
Which leads us to a final thought for you to consider. How might consciously shaping both your outer presentation and your inner dialogue change things? Not just how others see you, but maybe even how you see and experience your own capabilities.
Something to mull over.
Indeed. Well, thanks for diving deep with us today. We're always curious to know what topics or sources you'd like us to tackle next time.